Evaluating exponents is what we will be looking at in this video. First of all, an exponent looks like this. It's read as 4 to the third power, where this part is called the base, and this is called the exponent. 4 to the third power can be interpreted as 4 times 4 times 4, and then you would multiply that together. Notice the same is held true if you're using a variable. So this becomes a times a times a. When evaluating exponents, it's very important to be careful with a negative. For example, -3 squared is interpreted as -3 times -3, which is 9. But -3 squared without parentheses is -3 times 3, which comes out to be -9. So be very careful where those negative exponents come into play, or negatives that we are raising to a power come into play. A couple of other important categories you need to be aware of or circumstances is anything to the 0 power is 1. You can have a complicated expression all raised to the 0 power, and that's going to come out to 1. The only time that's not true is if you have 0 to the 0 power. That is considered undefined. Another special circumstance arises when the exponent itself is negative. So for example, if we have a to the -5th, we view this as a over 1. And when we simplify that, if the negative exponent is on top, we move it to the bottom and the exponent becomes negative. Likewise, if you had something like 1 over a to the -3, that exponent is on the bottom, so we would move it to the top and it would become positive. Where you have to be careful is don't do anything differently if you're dealing with numbers. So for example, if you're dealing with 3 to the -1 power, that's going to become 1 over 3 to the first power, or just 1/3. But notice a negative out front, such as -3 to the 5th, stays -3 to the 5th. The exponent itself is not negative.